During the 2025 NBA draft, something crazy happened in the first round that made NBA fans around the world gasp with shock and confusion. With the 16th pick in the 2025 NBA draft, Hansen. With the 16th pick, just 2 spots away from the lottery, Portland picked Hansen, a 7-on-tall center from China. Everyone thought he would be picked much later in the second round. So Hansen was just sitting in the audience when NBA people came to get him. What is Portland thinking? Most people who follow the 2025 draft class had never even heard his name before. But there he was, walking across the stage in New York and shaking hands with Commissioner Adam Silver as a first-round pick. It sounds like Portland made a huge mistake until you learn there's way more to this story. Portland's boss, Joe Cronin, got a lot of criticism right away for this surprise pick, but he stood by his choice. Cronin said Yang was a very, very special player and explained that the team really wanted his skills and basketball smarts more than anything. Actually, Cronin told everyone that Portland had been watching Yang for years, even sending people to China regularly to see how he was doing. The Blazers liked Yang so much that they made a special trade on draft night. They originally had the 11th pick, but they traded it to Memphis, moved down to 16, got extra future picks, and still got the player they wanted. They knew no other team would take a chance on Yang this early, so they made their bet and got more stuff too. The trade confused basketball experts, but it showed that Portland had been planning this all along. Now, everyone in basketball is asking, what does Portland know about Hansen that everyone else didn't see? So, who is this mystery guy who suddenly became the biggest surprise of the NBA draft? Hansen is a 20-year-old center from the city of Zibo in China's Shandong area. Even though most NBA fans had never heard of him back in China, Yang has been called the next big star in Chinese basketball for years. He started playing basketball as a kid and quickly got really good at youth games. By the time he was a teenager, Yang was beating everyone at every level of Chinese basketball. In 2021, he helped Qingdao's youth team win the national under-17 championship. In 2022, he won again as champion and got the MVP award in the under-17 nationals. In games against other countries with young players, he led China to third place at the 2022 FIBA Under-18 Asia Cup and did amazing at the 2023 Under-19 World Cup, averaging an incredible 5 blocks per game, along with getting double-doubles, and making the all-tournament second team. Basically, Yang has been a super talented player in his home country for a long time. He's the kind of homegrown star that Chinese fans have been hoping to see make it big since Yao Ming. When Yang was 18, he became a pro player with his hometown team, the Qingdao Eagles of the Chinese Basketball Association. He didn't waste any time making a big impact. In his very first pro season, the teenager became a CBA All-Star and even won the league's Best Defensive Player award. This almost never happens for a rookie that young. That year, he averaged 15 points, 11 rebounds, 4 assists, and over 2 blocks per game, showing he was really good at many different things for a center, especially one who just finished high school. In his second season in China, Yang got even better. He scored 16.6 points, got 12 rebounds, 3 assists, and 2.6 blocks per game. Once again, he was an all-star and was named the All-CBA first team when he was only 19. He helped Qingdao go from an okay team to a playoff team, even beating a better team in the playoffs before barely losing in the quarterfinals. Hansen was dominating Chinese basketball before he was even 20 years old. This explains why in China, Yang's name is already well known and people have huge hopes for him. He is the first Chinese player in almost 10 years to get a real chance at the NBA. With such great accomplishments, it's easy to see why Portland saw something special in him, even though his name wasn't familiar. But that wasn't the only reason for picking him. Funny enough, one reason Yang stayed unknown to many NBA scouts is that he didn't take the usual path of other international players. He never played in US college or the NBA's G League. Instead, he got better by playing only in China's Pro League. Because of this, many draft experts simply hadn't seen much of him until right before the draft. That changed when Yang went to the 2025 NBA Draft Combine in Chicago this past May. Playing against top players from college in Europe, Yang took the chance to prove himself. He measured exactly 7 feet 1 inch without shoes and had a 7 foot 3 inch wingspan and impressed scouts by moving with surprising speed for his size. He scored near the top among centers in different speed and movement tests. Overall, Yang looked like he belonged there, said one ESPN draft expert. By the end of the combine, Yang's draft ranking was going up. What started as a late second round guess was moving up towards the first round for any team willing to take a chance on a skilled 7-footer. It was around the combine that people started calling Yang the Chinese Jokic. The comparison to Denver Nuggets superstar Nikola Jokic, a 2-time MVP, might sound crazy, but it shows Yang's style of playing. He isn't a player who jumps high and dunks or a traditional big man who only plays with his back to the basket. Instead, Yang plays a smart team-first game. At 7-on, he has amazing court vision and passing skills that you rarely see in players his height. From the high post or low block, he loves to find teammates who are cutting to the basket and open shooters, acting almost like a point guard in a center's body. Someone from the Nuggets texted an NBA reporter 2 simple words after Yang was picked: Chinese Jokic. The nickname has become popular in news coverage, and even Blazers GM Joe Cronin has talked about the Jokic-like things in Yang's game, praising his high-level skills, basketball IQ, ability to make teammates better, and his ability to both play inside and step out and shoot. The Trailblazers were, simply put, ahead of everyone else in seeing Yang's potential. Portland's scouting team had reportedly been watching him as early as 2023, making them one of the first NBA teams to seriously check him out in person. They even brought Yang for a private workout in Portland before most teams even knew who he was. As Cronin said, he was our target. But the question was, how far back could we move in the draft and still get him? In other words, Portland figured out Yang was their guy and then made a plan to get him at the best value. That meant being willing to pick him a bit earlier than most people expected in order to get a special talent that could be really valuable later. Another thing that makes the young Hansen pick so interesting is the international impact he could have. By drafting Yang, the Trailblazers instantly got a connection to one of the world's biggest sports markets, China. Back in 2002, when the Houston Rockets picked Yao Ming first overall, hundreds of millions of Chinese viewers watched his NBA debut, and the Rockets became known as China's team. Almost overnight, Yao's presence opened up huge merchandise sales, sponsorships, and a massive growth of the NBA's fan base in Asia. The morning after Yang was drafted, the news was all over Chinese media and was trending on social platforms. Like Weibo, his home CBA team, the Qingdao Eagles, called his selection a pride for Chinese basketball in a celebration post. This was huge for Portland, a mid-market NBA team. Having a Chinese star player would really boost worldwide interest in the team. Millions of new fans will start watching the Blazers games just to see Yang's progress. Jersey sales in Asia will go way up. Major Chinese companies will become interested in partnerships and sponsorship deals. This pick is about more than just basketball strategy. This was smart business. It's important to know that marketing potential was probably a bonus, not the main reason for picking him. The Blazers really believe in Yang's talent and how he fits with their vision of the future. But it's fair to say this could become a situation where everyone wins. If Yang becomes a star, Portland will have not only a valuable player on the court, but also a cultural ambassador, connecting the team to millions of fans around the world. Still, doubters argue that even if Yang has a great basketball mind, the jump from the CBA to the NBA is huge. He will probably need time in the G League to get used to NBA speed and toughness. How will Yang get playing time? Cronin's answer is basically, we'll figure that out later. Only time will tell if Portland really outsmarted the entire NBA with the Yang Hansen pick. What's clear is that the Blazers saw something amazing in a player most teams ignored. In the days since the draft, Yang himself has been humble and hopeful. "Hello, NBA. My name is Hansen Yang," he posted on social media, introducing himself to American fans. The comparison to Yao Ming's journey is too early to make. Yao was already a proven superstar and the #1 pick, but the excitement surrounding Yang's arrival has some of that same energy. For the Trailblazers, this is the kind of move that could define GM Joe Cronin's time in charge. If Yang becomes the Chinese Jokic for real, even a lighter version of that, Portland will have pulled off a master move that changes how people think about the 2025 draft. Portland definitely outsmarted the entire NBA, and they've certainly surprised everyone, that's for sure. And if Yang Hansen's story goes the way the Blazers hope, we might all look back on that draft night shocker as the moment Portland's clever gamble paid off big time.